The hate is real. The hate is real, Kathy. I see you hating on us from a mile away, Kathy Engelbert. We all see it. You out here trying to find Caitlin Clark. You out here finding the one person who's actually bringing money into this league. What a joke. You're mad that the Indiana Fever are here right now. Y'all didn't expect us to get this far.
Caitlin Clark punished by WNBA after she exposes league's biggest scandal. The WNBA has once again found itself at the center of controversy, and this time the spotlight isn't on a blown call or a heated on-court altercation, it's on its brightest star, Caitlin Clark. In a move that has left fans stunned and critics questioning leadership, the league fined Clark $200 for nothing more than a light-hearted Instagram comment. The Indiana Fever guard, sidelined by injury but still rallying her teammates, posted a simple forward joke after a playoff win: "Refs couldn't stop us." What was meant as a cheeky celebration quickly turned into punishment from league officials, sparking outrage among fans who believe the WNBA has lost sight of its priorities.
Y'all really didn't expect it. We got Sophie Cunningham exposing the whole league agenda. Exposing them. Caitlin Clark mocking them all on Twitter, all on Instagram, everywhere, because they are...
So during the game, we saw here, the Fever players celebrating. I would assume based on the reaction that this was after the Lexi Hull steal and everything. And Caitlin Clark on Instagram commented this: "Refs couldn't stop us. Elite bench mob. It wasn't for the lack of trying. Glad they're having fun and celebrating like no other teams. Will she get fined for saying that?" Yeah, she got fined.
Clark, whose influence has filled arenas, shattered viewership records, and redefined the visibility of women's basketball, was not fined for unsportsmanlike conduct or an in-game outburst. Instead, the league combed through her social media and deemed her words unacceptable. The timing couldn't be worse. The Fever, despite missing Clark on the floor, stunned the Las Vegas Aces in the semifinals, a victory that should have been celebrated as a landmark moment. Instead, attention has shifted to a fine that feels less like discipline and more like an attempt to silence a player unafraid to voice what many fans are already saying: officiating has been inconsistent and frustrating. Even Clark's response highlighted the absurdity. Posting on Twitter with laughing emojis, she admitted she had been fined and promised her teammates bench celebrations would be even louder next time.
When you're on the WNBA's time, or the NFL's time, or the NBA's time, getting fined, when you're on their time, criticizing the officials, calling out the officiating, I've seen players get fined for that. But when you're on your own time, well, now, other than Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark seems to be the two players that come to my mind of players getting fined, criticizing the officials, doing it on their own time, quote unquote, off the clock.
Her resilience turned what could have been a moment of embarrassment into another example of why fans admire her authenticity. Sophie Cunningham even joked about starting a GoFundMe to help pay Clark's massive financial burden, underscoring how symbolic and petty the fine truly is. The reality is clear: a $200 fine means nothing to Clark financially, given her multi-million-dollar endorsement deals. But symbolically, it speaks volumes. Rather than addressing the league-wide concerns about officiating, concerns echoed by players, coaches, and fans alike, the WNBA chose to punish its biggest star for speaking out.
And we know how this works because Sophie Cunningham has told us how this works. If you talk about the refereeing, if you talk about the officiating, on the InstaFace, on the TikToks, on the Twitters, any of that social media, in the public, in the interview, if you mouth it in the shower, Kathy Engelbert will peek in and look around at you and point at you and be like, you're fined. Even though she won't clean up the officiating in her trash-ass league? Okay.
That decision not only undermines Clark but risks alienating the very audience she has worked so hard to bring into the sport. At a time when women's basketball is experiencing unprecedented growth, the league had a golden opportunity to highlight an underdog Fever team rewriting history. Instead, it created another controversy that overshadows the achievements on the court. By prioritizing control over accountability, the WNBA risks stalling its own momentum. For many fans, this fine wasn't about $200, it was about sending a message. And the message fans are hearing loud and clear is that the league fears criticism more than it values progress.